I see! Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy! Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights! Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
I see! Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me!
Anyway, let's move on.
I see! Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday! Let's move on to Girl D.
I see! Girl D is my hero. The victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
I see! Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu? Another person? It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyota, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on! Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this act.
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play?
I see! The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister. Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there. Winning personality? Are you praising me? I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality. It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the motive. Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope's Peak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and set me off. It happened just the other day.
About that, you're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet! I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on... Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about...
Huh? What do you...
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it! Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
She killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister. You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But... Is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim? In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the 5 of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girl E was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girl E was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room? To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
No, that's wrong! First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office.
Oh. That was my bad. It didn't show that it was turned off, but, like, it's just off. Sorry about that. I already figured it out. She had climbed through the window after breaking it, went into the other room, accidentally broke the vase doing so, and went to the front of the music room. Simple.
And went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
That's bullshit.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound.
I see! Now the mystery has been solved.
Not exactly.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Murder weapon.
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end.
Yeah, guys.
What the heck? You're so annoying!
He really is. He sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Fine. Let's figure out the weapon. Which means I'll feel disgusting.
That's what she said.
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though.
It was the fish tank, wasn't it?
Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
It was the fish tank. Hello, another person. What's up? Aw. Hey, there was a guy named Gun G. I wonder who that is. Apparently he has a skill that increases the power. Gun something. I wonder who it was. What's that I find just now? Well, then good luck. Hinting that Gundam has a skill. Okay. Well, he gives me it.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
No. Yeah, that's not
A weapon
enough.
inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head? Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
In it.
A weapon inside the music. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the... Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
That's what she said.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it? She beat her to death with her fists!
No.
A weapon inside the music. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death
I
a blow
got
to
it.
the head? Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a...
Then the piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation conducts...
It's on that big a scale?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
No.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head? Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a...
Then the piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation conducts...
It's on that big a scale?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
Come on.
A weapon
This is so stupid.
inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
I got it.
Isn't the cause of death a... Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a...
Then the piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation conducts universe...
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
Oh, come on.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to...
This is so confusing. Hang on.
to the head, think you attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
Dang it. I'm being stupid.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a think she attacked her with the fish?
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
Dang it. I'm so confused. What am I supposed to do?
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a think she attacked her with the fish tank?
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation conducts universal...
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat, it should have had bloodstains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it? She beat her to death with her fists!
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
Aw.
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head? Think she attacked her with the fish tank.
This is so confusing.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Damn it. Why?
This is our end? We will never give up!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head? Think she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation conducts...
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
No.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head? Think she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts... It's universal chaos.
It's on that biggest...
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat, it should have had bloodstains.
Hang on. This is so ridiculous. I thought I already did that.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blood?
Think you attacked her with the fish tank.
Definitely did
That's
that
too
before.
big to be a
That's
weapon.
Then the
ridiculous.
piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation conducts...
It's on that biggest...
How about beating her with gravel instead?
There we
I
go.
agree with that.
But seriously, I thought I did that. Or maybe it was the... fuck it.
I got it. The killer must have used...
My goodness. I got it right. And I... Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
What kind of bag?
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, then so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea! For the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone.
Well, multiple stones,
To
actually.
make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
Ew.
But the real important Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice.
Girl D. You're talking...
Huh? Mahiro is the accomplice?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And, apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place, Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up...
And she felt a rush of anger.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then blood...
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she... I somewhat understand that, PZ.
You can? That's pretty scary.
Right?
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think... I see!
It's killed by Monokuma.
It should have been Guy F.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But Guy F is...
What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it? That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hello.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, Do you remember this incident?
Of course they don't.
I'm terribly...
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were, like, totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko. Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
You sure did talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game?
Welcome back,
Perhaps
and
the two are
the person
unrelated.
who's next to you, I wonder who that is. No, the game and Mahiru's death are probably related. In actuality, there's an important shared point. Oh, bad.
I can prove it with this.
Just like
I'm
Scarface.
not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game.
Yep.
As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house,
Don't leave Pilates.
and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat.
They were killed by Scarface. Case solved.
There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your
And they're
mind
gone.
like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious. Don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What did he...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
No.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Kyoko?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch?
How ironic.
What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hyoko?
Do you know where Hyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house!
No, that's wrong!
Explain the footprints then.
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hyoko.
A stream.
Seriously, I told you I didn't!
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house, aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly footprints! They're probably Nikon's based on how ugly they are. Don't decide that based on ugliness!
They're not Hyoko's footprints? That's strange. The footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
You're the same age.
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house, which means when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house, they used a different
entrance. Are you talking about the door facing the road that Mahiru's body was in?
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
The door was still accessible when they went in.
The only reason
And
Hyoko
wasn't
was in
when
the
they
beach
left.
house was to eat her gummies. Yeah, she's a bitch, but she's adorably as much of a bitch.
which means something happened in between those two events. Isn't that right, Hiyoko?
She just wanted gummy bears.
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went to the beach house!
So you finally decided to confess.
Not exactly.
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that daily routine before! And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
That's a lot of bullshit. We saw you leaving at 3:30.
I see. If you went there during your morning walk, that doesn't have anything to do with the case at all.
It's full bullshit.
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass. She's obviously lying.
Huh? It's a lie? People who call other people liars are usually liars themselves.
You're all liars. There's also something
If you say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying?
Yeah, we saw you at 3:30 leaving it.
There's no way a bunch of worthless idiots like you guys would be able to do that.
Pretty obvious.
I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
Never mind. That's not bad.
I did go to the beach, but only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with at the beach house?
Saying I met up with her when I never even... Is this a panel of idiots? I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
Hang on.
I did go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk.
There we go.
No, that's wrong!
That's right. What was about the meeting? Yep.
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier. It's okay if we change the place and time. I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30. Seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Yoko Sayo,
That letter! It's the one Mahiru had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by
What is that letter? I'm serious, I don't know.
Oh, snap! I remember now. I totally saw you.
Yeah, we both did.
Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
See. So if she met Mahiru at 2:30 p.m., killed her, then ran away afterward, I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed here.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner, Fuyuhiko. So you should have seen Hiyoko too, right?
No, I didn't. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
It's the truth. Deal with it.
Just leave him alone. It'd be a waste of time to question him any further. Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony says it all. You were meeting up with Mahiru at the beach house.
Seriously, I don't know. I didn't even write that letter. I'm telling the truth. I really don't know.
crying? Or is she faking it?
Oh yeah, both.
She's probably faking it.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along.
No.
That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that, too.
Here!
Bum bum bum.
The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
The gummy candy we found on the floor is the evidence. Hiyoko, your favorite candy is gummies, correct?
What's a gummy? I've never eaten something like that before.
I have captured the true character of this mystery.
Gundam's kind of funny.
Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to the beach house, hid inside the closet like a familiar.
What does this have to do with familiars?
When she saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift wind.
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocking the door at that time. Because of that, she was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving her footprints.
Bullshit.
We have presented the proof! My 4 dark devas of destruction didn't even need to come out!
It's a trap! This is obviously someone's
It's a trap.
Who's someone? Whose trap is it?
I
It
know.
must be that one person. You know, the one with the mask, maybe? The one with the mask? There was a suspicious mask at the beach house, right? Whoever was wearing that could be the real killer.
I know who it is, but I can't say.
You're the one who wore that mask and killed Mahiru, right?
No.
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask. Is your brain fried or something?
That is right. It cannot be Hyoko. That mask belongs to Sparkling Justice.
Huh? Sparkling what now?
Sonia,
That mask says it all. Sparkling Justice is hiding on this island.
you're an idiot.
Which means the legendary serial
I say that
killer
endearing.
Sparkling Justice is the one who killed Mahiru.
Why, if you continue to say such foolish things, I shall tear you limb from limb.
And then you'll be executed.
Don't blame Miss Sonia. It's just a difference between cultures. Culture shock, you know?
That's racist.
Yoko, why don't you just admit it already? You're being unreasonably stubborn.
It's all in your head. Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the killer.
She's not.
I shall render... my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, guys.
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy. No, that's wrong.
Bum bum bum.
About that gummy, did Hyoko really drop it?
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
You're barely taller than she is.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the one who worries about never getting taller.
It's true Hyoko likes to eat gummies, but she only eats a specific brand.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry, melon, grape, and orange flavors, right?
Huh? But what about the lemon flavor? The gummy at the crime scene is yellow, so it obviously looked like it was lemon flavored. Huh? That gummy is yellow?
That's gross.
And it's no mine! The ones I eat don't have any yellow gummies!
You just said that gummy. You don't know what gummies are.
That's right. None of the gummy bags in her cottage had any yellow ones.
Then we can't assume Hiyoko is the one who dropped that yellow gummy. See? Didn't I tell you? It's definitely a trap! Damn it! Who would set a trap like this?
A certain person.
Come get my revenge! I'm gonna bop you on the head with all my might!
That wouldn't do much.
Hold on, you little bitch! You think you're in the clear just because of a little gummy? Don't be stupid! I'm not done backing you into a corner yet!
Oh boy.
We're not done with Hiyoko yet! There's still a huge piece of evidence left!
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean?
Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. And we have the evidence we need.
That's wrong. I left those footprints during my morning walk.
We're not done with Hiyoko yet! There's still a huge piece of evidence!
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house.
It's true, that's an important, and we can thank Mahiru!
What does that mean?
Mahiru used her last ounce of strength.
No, that's wrong!
She died instantly.
Mahiru didn't block the door. Her death was instant.
Instant death? According to my autopsy, yes, there's no doubt that Mahiru died instantly.
You keep making shit up! I'll fucking kill you!
I'm sorry!
Ryuhiko, you cannot do that. Only a coward threatens women.
I'm pretty sure her death was instant, too. I mean, her injury was only a single blow. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door. Someone else used her body to block it.
Someone else?
The killer, of course. They're the one who blocked the door with Mahiru's body. That's why there were bloody drag marks left on the floor.
Yep.
But why did the killer block the door?
To make it look like it was.
Just ask Hiyoko. She's the killer after
How would
all.
she have pulled her?
Seriously, that's not true! Let's assume Hiyoko is the killer. Wouldn't that mean she's also the one who dragged the body?
You really think that she could do it?
Handle the body that bloody. I think her clothes and skin would have been stained with blood.
Well, that too.
But when I saw her, she was
Clean as a whistle.
clean.
See? I told you I wasn't the killer! Yay! With this, my innocence has been proven!
You're hardly innocent.
I won't let you look down on me! We haven't decided that yet!
Hey, Fuyuhiko.
Why do you... Shut up! I'm telling you, she's the killer! That little bitch is definitely the killer!
Rebuttal showdown.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her butt. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of! If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her butt. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of! If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her butt. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of!
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside. After she moved the body, she just walked. The fact that Hiyoko can be... Did you get all that, you bastard?
Hang on.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower. Allow me to cut through those words.
Impossible. Right.
Now, washing it off in the shower is impossible, because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Out of order?
I'm terribly sorry. I haven't had any time to actually repair it.
You are so useless.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to move the body, and when she was done, she put them back on.
Ew.
Are you saying I did something that perverted?
But she can't. She can't undo her own stash alone. She wasn't wearing clothes at all. Her clothes fused to her body.
Damn it!
She can't get dressed by herself. Sorry.
Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko mentioned this before.
I can't help it. I can't have kimono sex by myself. It's so embarrassing.
Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself. It's impossible for her to put on and take off her clothes.
What?
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her sash on her own. That's why she couldn't take a bath and smelled bad.
I didn't smell. It only smelled a little.
Oh, wasn't changing inside the beach house prohibited in the first place?
Yeah.
Yes, if you broke the rules, I'm pretty sure Monokuma wouldn't have kept quiet.
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me.
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko do with the blood that got on her?
Nothing. She didn't
Like
get
I've
any.
been saying, the blood wasn't on me in the first place, because I never touched Mahiro's body.
Hey, if you think about it the other way around, does that mean whoever was covered in blood is suspicious?
No, she got that from her wound.
Because if so, I believe Akane was soaked with blood when we all met up to go to the beach.
She had a head wound, dumbass.
Didn't I tell you that was because I got beat up by Coach Nekomaru?
I can attest to that. If I hadn't gotten that rough with her,
That's
she
what he
never would have
said.
backed down.
Doubting me, of all people. You got some nerve. All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're stuck in a bowing position for the rest of your life. That actually sounds pretty cool.
I wouldn't try it.
The hell it does!
Hey, more importantly, I'm okay now, right? It's okay that I'm not the killer?
Yeah, seems like it.
See, I already told you. There's no way I'd kill Mahiru. Because Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, and she was very, very kind.
Aww.
There's no way I would kill a nice person like her. Why wouldn't you believe me earlier? You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Kyoko, please don't cry. Everything up, pig Bart. I hope you get a hangnail and die.
Yoko, she was just trying to be nice to you. So,
I'm sorry for being pig Bart.
Nikon, don't take her seriously, please. More importantly, Fuyuhiko's behavior earlier has definitely changed. Being so worked up on accusing Hiyoko of being suspicious. Does he actually have something else in mind?
Hey, Hiyoko. Now that our suspicions have been addressed, even though you're not the killer, you still went to the beach house, right?
Like I said, it was a trap.
He still went there.
Yeah, I got that already, so... Can you give us the details about that trap?
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine. You want me to talk, huh? Earlier this morning, Mahiru was the one who came up to me. She asked if we could meet up later.
Huh? But didn't you say earlier?
Never met her. She never talked to me at all. Man, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to ask me such an easy question.
Damn it! So that was a lie?
No shit.
'Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it. So I figured it was better not to say anything.
So, what was your answer to Mahiru's...
I told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a reason to say no. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
Fair enough.
You always have to say something snide.
Well, she is a bitch.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 p.m., but... around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
A letter?
Yeah, this one.
Oh boy. I was gonna tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. Oh boy. But what we discussed earlier, it's okay we change the place. I want you to come to the beach house on the second island. Time's still around, the same at 2. Seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hero poisoned me. Oh boy.
I saw this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
The letter to Yoko.
I can prove it with this! This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had? Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2:30 p.m. But in...
Whoa! The meeting times are off!
It's also strange that both letters wanted to change their meeting spot to the beach house. It would be plausible if one of them said it, but for both letters to say the same thing?
Yoko, since you wrote it, what do you think?
She didn't write it.
Like I said, I never wrote the letter. How many times do I have to tell you?
I see!
Both of them were forged.
The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they can manipulate their actions.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how we should think about it.
That seems very likely. In fact, if you compare both letters... Confirm! Just as I assumed, the handwriting is the same.
Not this part. I was going to tell you in person. This part. It seems there's someone on this part. Let's keep it a secret.
The killer forged both of those letters.
In doing so, they were able to control Hiyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding, like a netherworld puppeteer.
So they completely tricked me. And then Mahiru's killer.
Yep.
How mean! Give me back Mahiru!
Kinda late for that. At least in this reality.
Really? This is really terrible.
Kind of.
I've offered to help so many times. But the killer this time didn't discuss their plan with me at all.
Everyone's a crazy person.
It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
Can I punch him?
Here we go again. Once we let our guard down, this happens. We can just lightly punch him to death later.
Please.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko?
What's most important is what happened afterward. What on earth happened there?
I fell asleep.
Of course.
Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of medicine or something.
Chloroform?
Medicine? That medicine. Could it be? I thought that place seemed unsafe. They even have prescription medicines laying out in the open.
Well, it's Monokuma.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should have done something about it.
Hello, second person.
When I woke up, I was inside a small
Two
closet.
people.
And when I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
That's why you were in tears when you ran.
And that's why you ran out of the beach house in such a panic.
Nah.
I was scared. It was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but...
The killer probably planned to frame Hiyoko from the start.
No. Why would you do that?
And for that
Maybe
reason,
they do that.
they summoned Hyoko before
I didn't say she.
Mahiru, put her to sleep, and shoved her inside the closet.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hyoko leave her footprints as evidence.
Right.
Everything was done to frame Hyoko as the killer. That's horrible! I didn't do anything wrong, and I was framed by Mahiru's killer!
Hyoko, please do not cry. We believe you.
Is it really okay to believe her so easily? She might be faking those tears, you know.
Oh, fuck off.
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what the only way to survive is to be suspicious? This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other. So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you.
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory. The killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a class trial should be.
Seriously, which side are you on?
Both.
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And you do not yearn for your life, or even for victory.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying.
All right.
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue contained in what Hyoko has told us. So, let us believe Hyoko's words and discuss it.
Yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe each other. Good job. That's the right way. That's the splendid power of teamwork.
You know the way she says it sounds patronizing.
Hey, what do you think of that, Monokuma? I'm not gonna let you have the outcome you want.
He's asleep.
What? He's sleeping.
Dumbasses. You bastards don't know anything. If you're stupid enough to trust each other, the only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
You can't just stand around here all day. Even if what lies ahead is a cruel ending, the only thing we can do is move forward. Because unless we reveal who's among us that is her killer, there's no way we'll survive. Suspended. Because, you know, why not?
Well now.
Well then, now that the class trial has reached its climax, just like Naderu, I would like to present the answer right here, right now. You're gonna spoil who the killer is? If I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they'll all be shocked. They'll all feel despair. You can't. That's seriously a big no-no. But spoiling it right now isn't innovative, don't you think? The club president and I are powerless against innovation. Who's the club president? So, without further ado, the answer is... Yeah, you can't. Everyone, please close your eyes and cover your ears.
Correct! You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
Nanu. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me. He's such a troll. Even though he's a bear. And a robot. Trial all rise. Time to do it again.
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now.
Nobody cares.
To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room. Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that!
Oh boy.
I can't do anything! How annoying! But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And don't forget to save regularly.
Anyway.
Well, now that we've decided to believe Hiyoko, now what?
If the killer was luring Hiyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the...
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Can't...
Hey, when you woke up...
Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the...
The killer returned to the scene of the crime? After I left?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide!
The shower room.
I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there!
Huh.
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
I wonder. At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened.
Interesting. So, you be protect... Oh, joy, logic dive, finally. Okay. This kind of reminds... Well, actually, this is where that Phoenix Wright part comes from, sort of. Plus that whole play all back. Question 1. Yep. They would have had to arrive before her. Really makes sense. Question 2. When did the killer leave? Before. No, after. Shit. I fucked up. Whew. This reminds me of Sonic. That's cool. Gotta go fast. Nah. This is like the freaking Sonic game. Or the extras anyway.
It's all coming together!
Complete!
Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Hiyoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good!
How are you gonna make her do it? I really don't want that to happen to me. I need the answer by any means. Fridge. Oh. Oh.
Here!
In the closet with her.
The killer was probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place? And without Hyoko knowing?
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
The stepmom says hi. My favorite stepmom. Despite the fact that she's my stepmom.
What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case?
But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place.
Right.
Because we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy.
Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Hey, right.
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
There's no way the killer would leave Hyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her.
That's quite right.
If Hyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hyoko.
Saying whatever you want, even if you didn't ask. Alright, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya!
Okay.
Oh, you shut up. Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right?
Right.
Is the killer also included among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
The 3 people that saw her were the killer, Yoko, and Kazuichi.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez! You're pretty annoying for noticing something like that! I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction.
It wasn't in the first game.
It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? Depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some
Flexib. So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, fine! You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
That doesn't make any sense.
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
Higo saw it then.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right?
And after Hyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear.
And that is... What, you have 4 hamsters? No.
The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be alright. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure now. Let's start the argument, shall we?
Yes. This will be fun.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
No.
They couldn't use the shower, right?
Yes, but they
So
didn't
washing
do
it
that.
off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
No.
If they used something other than the shower,
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and floosh.
As someone who flushes their shit it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood on their...
Maybe they simply washed it.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible. No, that's
In the
wrong.
shower, it's called bottles. Hello.
If they just needed to wash off the blood, they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower. Like what?
All the bottles in the trash can.
I see!
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it.
Oh boy.
In theory, that's impossible.
Why?
Try to remember the refrigerator carefully. That there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used. It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, one bucket wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down!
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were only flavored drinks. If you use those, the blood won't come off in your body. It will leave an air, especially if you use those. That alone would raise suspicion. Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the
Allow me to cut through those words! Oh, there were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
No, but they were in the trash
That
can.
was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their bodies.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used?
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right?
Ah, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Well, now that you mention it, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
Huh? You should have said so sooner.
Why?
Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of a shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
It seems you've realized who the killer is. See? Just as I thought. Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Yep.
Is that true?
Let me ask, who might that be?
It's the Kaido. Obviously. It was Pekka-Yama.
You're the only one! Peko. Is it you?
Hey! What are you being quiet for? They're accusing you of being the killer!
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach. Your appearance when you came to the diner.
Stopping what?
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body, but there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent! Say something! Hold on, you bastard! You saw her at the diner! You never saw her near the beach house, right? So maybe she really was swimming!
No one even saw her swimming.
No. I saw her.
Huh?
After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home. So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner from the opposite direction of the beach house.
Hold on. That's strange. Didn't you just say this earlier?
It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house. I went straight back to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Not so fast! It's too soon to decide she's a killer! We haven't established how the killer was able to leave the beach house!
Now that you mention it, you're right.
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
Huh?
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
It's the window.
If Peko is the killer, then I see. Then let's hear this alleged method of escape.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
I see!
If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option, the only other thing I can think of is... well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
Huh. Don't you know how high that window is? There's no way Peko could have reached it.
She had a giant freaking pole called a sword.
But what if, for instance, she got help from someone?
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then that person would have been left behind.
Is it possible an object was used? A rope for...
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something stupid like they threw it outside.
Of course not! That would violate the school trip rule!
It was her sword.
Littering is prohibited. Even if it might be evidence, rules are still rules.
You see? There's no way they'd be able to escape from that window.
Yeah, there is.
No, they just have to use an object.
Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! We just said they couldn't use an object!
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose of an object. I see! You don't have to throw it away if you can just hide it somewhere on your body. Huh? Pekka was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object?
Her sword carrier.
And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours!
I don't think a dildo would work.
No! Please don't be violent!
If the killer used an object to escape from the window, he wouldn't have been able to get rid of it. Hangman's Gambit. Okay. Oh crap. Ah, crap. This is so annoying. Ah, crap. Oh, come on. Damn it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, I did not mean to do that. There we go.
I got it!
Easy. Well, towards easy. Oh boy. There we go.
You carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I recall correctly, you had it then too.
Yep.
Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yep.
Yeah. Peko used that bamboo sword as a step stool and escaped out the window.
Or she pole vaulted, I would think.
Sword as a step stool? You see? I knew it! I knew it was a ninja! Didn't I tell ya? A ninja could have climbed that easily. Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and
That
use the handguard
actually
as a
makes
step
sense.
stool.
Wow! Just like a Japanese ninja!
Except they use katanas.
Miss Sonia, ninjas only exist in Japan.
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure a slender girl like Peko could easily use it to climb.
Well, Peko, do you have anything to say?
Hold on a sec, you bastard! You're saying she used her sword as a step stool and went out the fucking window? Then what about the sword? It would have been left in the shower room and she wouldn't have been able to recover it, dumbass!
Fuyuhiko, why do you even care?
Shut up! Just shut the fuck up and answer me! If you have an answer, then fucking give it to me! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Got proof, you bastard? If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
I'm an idiot.
I'll sell your fucking organs! You're pissing me off! Bastard! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, this is the end!
You idiot.
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword bag. When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a step stool, she tied her sword back to it. And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to recover her bamboo sword.
Bum, bum, bum.
I see. Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag, too. She used... Akane said she's like a ninja. But it's nothing as silly as that. Simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. An escape plan befitting of the ultimate swordswoman. Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you, it would have been an even greater plan. Oh, you just back off!
Is it true?
Hold on! You're just making assumptions! You don't have any proof. I won't accept this unless there's proof! Got it, you bastard?
It's fine.
Huh?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in futility.
It ain't just now, right? If I see some near sword, that's right. Fuyuhiko was the one arguing with us. Peko doesn't hurt it so freely.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among men, the samurai. I commend your decisiveness. Very well. If you admit it, this ends now. Let's cast our votes.
Not yet.
Agreed. Hurry up and vote.
Hold on. Let me confirm one thing first.
Can it wait until after the voting?
This is important, and it relates to the voting. It's about Peko's motive.
That's a good question.
In the end, you had no connection to then. Why did you kill Mahiru?
So it's about that. Let's see. If I must answer that question, I must say it was for the sake of justice.
Sparkling justice. Huh?
Justice?
Justice!
In order to
Justice
protect
demands
the justice in this
retribution.
world.
Huh?
I do not sully my hands to satisfy personal grudges. There is only one reason I kill. For the sake of protecting justice.
What are you saying?
Justice is what makes humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of. Justice is the eternal sun, and the
Yeah, I should have
enduring
figured with the
moon,
red eyes.
the protective father.
They'll go out the same one.
Hello! Earth to Pecco! If justice ever disappeared from this world, the world would immediately freeze, and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that!
It's fine, just stop it!
Justice must always be there to guide us, to shine bright above our heads.
I'm telling you to stop it!
So I must fight. I must continue to fight to protect justice. Could she be?
Yep.
As the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil.
Bum bum bum.
Justice complete!
That is really creepy.
The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice! Now then, let's execute justice!
What? What the fuck?
Echo, what are you doing?
I am sparkling justice. In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
What's going on? What's this chill?
Pecco finally snapped!
Finally.
Everyone, please be careful. Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an ally of justice. Clad in her various hero masks, she is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals. She is supposed to be...
Ally of justice? So that's why you're wearing a mask! This mask is the dividing line. Just like various idols, the sun is revered because it lies just beyond your grasp. Justice should also be the same.
I don't get it, but this is becoming really crazy.
Okay. It's... Yes. Jeez, are you dense? My parents are idiots. Becca's the killer. He's the training.
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events.
Goodness asleep.
Hey! Now's not the time for you to be sleeping. Take a look. It's a killer.
He doesn't care.
This again?
Huh? Sleepwalking? So what's your answer to my previous question?
This world must always be bathed in the light of justice. I must not allow even one shadow. Evil must be eliminated immediately. No matter what, I must not overlook evil.
Evil? Are you saying Mahiru is...
Well, she did help commit the murder.
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game. Am I right?
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a...
Then, the reason you killed Mahiru was...
To protect justice, of course. In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword and executed justice.
That's so ridiculous.
Holy crap! She's such a stereotypical psychopath!
She's so gross!
Peko, is this your true identity?
My true identity? I have already forgotten who I am. It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice.
Oh, I can't stand this anymore! Let's just end this farce already!
Not yet.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then let's end this.
Wait.
Everything that happened in this case. The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange. The killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions. That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come... And the letter Hyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said, and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she had been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card.
Makes sense.
That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on them. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can. Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route, the small window in the shower room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily. The bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peko Pekoyama?
Bum bum bum. Complete.
I see. And what of it?
She's like, totally cool with it.
I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
You murdered someone.
What are you saying? You killed Mahiru!
Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice. That's no reason to condemn me.
It doesn't really matter.
Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch.
There's no way you can kill me. Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on. In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
Are you serious?
It's not serious. It's justice. If I fall here, who will combat the evils of this world? Now, follow your hearts of justice that reside within you all, and save my life to protect justice. Hurry and carry on justice.
Someone really needs to stop saying justice.
Give me a break! Who's gonna die for you?
If we let Peko go, we're all gonna get killed!
For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are...
A few sacrifices?
Don't worry. The justice that you give your life to protect will never go to waste.
I can't stand her anymore. Let's vote already and execute her.
However, before...
Onokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let...
I'm awake!
Ah, he finally woke up.
I've heard your story. Well, I wasn't listening, but who cares? Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Oh boy. Who's found guilty? Bum, bum, bum. It's Pika Yama. Alright.
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time? Pardon me, can we have a little bit more time?
Continue our discussion? But isn't the voting over?
Yes, but I cannot help but feel strange. Something...
Strange? What do you mean? There's no doubt that Peko is the...
That is true. However...
As a serial killer enthusiast, you're wondering if Peko is really...
Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more passion about them than most.
That makes her an enthusiast.
Honestly, it felt strange to me too. I mean, there's a distinct difference between what we know about Sparkling Justice and Peko, right?
Distinct difference?
You know, Sonia described Sparkling Justice like this.
Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice! The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky! That would be me! Sparkling Justice!
I see! That's right. According to what Sonia said.
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it.
If she had to translate it, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish as well. Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
From Spain?
What?!
Peko, you're not sparkling justice. There's no way that's possible.
Or, you insist that you're sparkling justice. Can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Would you be able to do that?
It appears that the time has come for this. However, that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it.
Good boy.
My duty has already been finished. My duty as a tool has already been completed in full.
Looks like she's back to normal?
That mask has fulfilled its purpose, just as I have.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its purpose? Too late? What are you getting at?
Now that you've already cast your votes, is what it means.
Hey, be clearer! We're asking you what your purpose was!
I have no purpose. I am just a mere tool.
She works for Fuyuhiko.
Tool?
She called herself a tool.
Of course. A tool cannot do anything on its own.
I see. I finally understand. Well, I did have a... What do you mean? I mean, besides Peko and Hiyoko, someone else was also at the beach house.
Someone else?
There is proof that establishes that fact. Try to remember it. I see!
Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monokuma say so earlier? That announcement is made when at least 3, and in this particular case, the killer, Peko, is not one of those 3. If that's the case, it would mean only Hiyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
I see. That leaves us one person short.
So that means there was one more person in the beach house!
Hiko.
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules. That's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial. Like an accomplice, for example.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking about it, you are wrong. Didn't I tell you? I'm just a tool. That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by that one.
Therefore, that person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
Yep. Fuyuhiko.
You're the only one!
Fuyuhiko.
Is it Fuyuhiko?
Yep.
I see. Now I finally see the connection.
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right? Would you call a game like that?
I can prove it with this! I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder.
But
There's no doubt that game is based on actual events. The photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you?
yep.
You knew whether or not the first victim in the game... Because whoever... beat the game first... It was the envelope, right? The person who received the ending prize.
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to confirm it.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Because Peko is the killer, right? But
That's why I told you. As I said before, had no motive for killing Mahiru. No reason to kill. I was simply used as a tool. As long as I am a tool.
Hey! What's going on? Can anyone give me a simpler explanation?
I'm not the killer.
Well, technically.
The true killer, who used me as their weapon to kill Mahiru Koizumi, was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
What?
What the hell?
I see. That's what you were aiming for all along.
No, I have no aim. But my young master does. My young master
Young master?
That is the truth. I'm sure you realize it by now, but it's too late. You cannot undo the vote.
That's a problem. If Pecco's allegation holds up, that means our vote.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Wrong.
Just... me?
That's nuts! No matter how you look at it, that's completely insane!
How would Pecco be a tool in the first place? Pecco is a legitimate human being!
That's not for you to decide. It's for Monokuma. The votes have been cast. All we can do now is wait and see what the hell?
Well...
I'm in a bind. And what a bind it is. I guess for now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Although there were some twists and turns along the way, the one who killed Mahiru Koizumi is... Hold on a sec. Okay,
Sorry.
I'll wait. So sorry. I'm just hesitating.
Hey!
There's no need to hesitate. No matter how you look at it, it's Pecco the killer. Why?
Hey!
Why? Well, that's obvious. You're not a tool. You're a freaking human being.
Well,
If I'm a human, then I'm not a tool. If that's what you're saying, you're wrong.
you just don't know.
Because you just don't know. You just don't know that there are people who only exist to be tools. People as such as myself only exist to be tools?
Hey,
What does that mean? Pecco and I grew up together. Are you two childhood friends then?
No.
It's completely different than that. Right after I was born and abandoned by my parents, Kazuryu clan took me in.
I'm nothing but a tool.
They gave me a reason to exist. I am to fulfill my duty as my young master's property.
What?
Property, you say? You mean she's a hitman arranged by my clan to work directly under me?
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword. That is my only reason for living. Before I am human, I am my young master's tool, first and foremost. Until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
That's depressing.
that is...
But you're wrong. You're not a tool, Pecco. Because if you're a tool, then what was all that time we spent together?
Nothing.
I was ordered by my young master to behave, just as I was ordered to interact with all of you. What? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students here now. Right after we had arrived at this island is what my young master ordered me to do.
You fiend.
That is why you were hiding your relationship, you mean?
No.
It's not as if that started the moment we arrived on this island. Before that, my young master has always told me to hide our relationship. My young master loves relying on his household's power. He even hates me, the tool that given to him by his household.
I am nothing but a tool.
No matter what I'm told, I am nothing but a tool for killing. If my young master intends to kill, it is only natural for me to act as his tool. Then, the one who tried to kill my hero wasn't you, it was Fuyuhiko.
Damn it.
It is. When I thought I beat that game, I was suddenly given these photographs.
Damn it!
I don't understand. Why is my sister in these photos?
Don't fuck with me!
And she's covered in blood. What does it mean? Why can't I remember? How come I don't even know if my sister is dead?
You
tried to confirm it with my hero, and that's why you wanted to talk to her.
So...
Yeah, I sent her that photo because I wanted to make sure she'd respond. But she never replied back to me. Not only that, she started avoiding me too.
But...
I'm pretty sure my hero was confused too. I mean, we all are. Before anyone played the game, we didn't even know this incident had happened. That's why, even if we were told that we were connected to it, there's no way we could accept it. You know, when my hero spoke to Ibuki, she mentioned something about this.
Aww.
Sorry, I actually have plans.
Oh my!
Yeah? You're not gonna go? If you want to talk about it there, I'd be totally fine. It's pretty important, so, it'd be troubling to involve the others.
Huh?
You sound pretty serious. Serious or not, I can't really do anything about it on my own, so I wanted someone to think about it with me.
But...
If I need to make amends, I would, but I don't even know how.
Are you serious?
That definitely sounds serious. I can cancel my beach plans for you. No, it's fine. It's more important that everyone gets along anyway. Just tell them I'm not feeling well. Plus, it doesn't have to be today. There's always tomorrow.
Oh.
She wanted to discuss to make amends, but Hiyoko was the only one who accepted her invitation. She had come too. But it was rather convenient for you, wasn't it, Fuyuhiko? If you could make use of their plan to meet each other alone, you could easily lure Mahiro into a trap, right?
Hey.
By calling both of them out to the beach house, you were able to pin the blame on Hiyoko.
What the?
Seriously, what the heck? An eye for an eye. That's the world I live in. My little sister was murdered. If the reason that happened was because of some person here.
Damn it!
I have no choice but to kill that person on my sister's behalf, right?
And so...
My young master thought of a plan and executed it. I wanted to use a bat as a murder weapon because in the game that's what it was used to kill Girl E. For revenge, clubbing someone to death the same way my sister was killed just seemed to make sense. Even if it ruined my disguise, it was the only thing I could do to avenge my sister. So it really was like Scarface. Because, Al Capone, of course, that's Mafia from America.
That is...
So that's why you killed my hero with the bat? But still, I believed her up till the very last moment that game was just a work of fiction. But even so, that bitch... Hey, if that game is actually real, are you the one who killed Girl E?
Why, you...
Hey, I don't want to hear about that.
But...
The fact that your sister was killed is terrible, and it's unfortunate, but...
Why?
You shouldn't have killed that girl.
Shut the hell up!
Who cares about that? Just answer me. What do you know about that game?
What are you saying?
You had no right to do that. Nobody has the right to judge others for their crimes. Revenge is just wrong. Want me to be honest? This whole time, I was acting like a coward. Even after I called over Mahiru, I was still planning to find an excuse to not go through with the plan. But after she said that to me, that's all went out the window. I got really pissed and often grabbed the milk bat that I hid under the bench. By that moment, young master called for meat and made me kill Mahiru.
Huh?
Young master, I am finished.
What?
Are you saying you killed because you were ordered to? A tool is not defined by its will, but by its actions. I don't get this at all.
Of course!
Well, of course you don't understand, because humans are completely different from each other. Everyone's birthplace and upbringing is different. It's obviously impossible for them to understand each other. So everyone just pretends to understand and pretends to be understood.
Be quiet.
Hey, you're too annoying. Can you just be quiet?
Yes, indeed!
Okie dokie, I'll be quiet. Afterwards, just as my young master planned, I proceeded to tamper with the scene of the crime. However, I also considered the possibility of being found out. So in order to get you guys to make the wrong choice, I decided to make use of the dead serial killer story.
It cannot be!
You insisted that you were sparkling justice in order to make us hasten our votes? So we fell for it. We fell for a trick all along. That's right. You guys just made the wrong decision. You voted me, a mere tool, as a killer, unaware that my young master was the true killer.
That's obviously wrong!
Hold on, don't act like our loss has been decided yet.
No.
It shouldn't be decided already, isn't that right, Monokuma?
This is
I'll admit it.
troubling!
All this talk about Peko being a tool sounds pretty persuasive. When you approach it from various angles, it makes sense that Fuyuhiko is actually the true killer. Hold on, I'm telling you to hold on.
I see.
So for Peko Fuyuhiko himself is your true hope then. On his behalf, you killed Mahiru. And now you're trying to sacrifice us so that you can protect him.
Great!
You would only go that far because he was your one and only hope.
Wrong.
I have no hope. I'm just a tool. Well, even if we ask her, she'll probably just say play dumb anyways.
Now then.
So I'm going to ask someone else. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what do you think?
Huh?
About what?
Hey.
Is Peko a tool to you? Using that tool, surviving by sacrificing Peko and the rest of us. Is that your hope?
What?
Hold on.
What's the use of asking someone like that? Something like that.
What?
Huh? You seem distressed. I mean, a tool doesn't panic like that, right?
Jeez.
Peko, be honest. Are you trying to protect Fuyuhiko of your own free will?
Hey.
Fuyuhiko?
Yeah.
I know you hate our guts, but if you listen to Peko, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Young master.
You just have to tell the truth. I was only following your orders. You just have to tell them that. Fuyuhiko, you mentioned this before, but in this kind of situation, interacting with others will shorten your lifespan. Those idiots, Byakuya and Teru, are proof of that. Plus, it'd be frustrating to be held back by the affection when it's my time to kill. You're just saying that. Of course, I'll sacrifice the lives of everyone if it guarantees my survival. You don't feel that way, right? You're not that kind of person. Because if you were, you wouldn't be hesitating like you are right now.
Young master!
There's no need to hesitate, young master. Please, just tell them the truth. Young master, you were the one who ordered me. I just did as I was told because I'm a tool. Fuyuhiko, this could be considered your ultimate choice. Regardless, either way, you still lose Peko, but
Hey.
if you insist that you're the killer, Just as she said, you can sacrifice us and survive alone. Or would you rather reject Peiko and fight alongside us against despair? Which one will be your hope? Let's hear what you have to say.
Damn it!
Young master.
You? What the hell did you do? You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know. There is no way I can let that happen to you.
Hey, Peko. Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young master, that is impossible.
Shut up! I'm ordering you not to worry about me!
There is no way I cannot worry about you. I am my young master's tool. A tool to protect my young master. Without an owner, a tool serves no purpose.
God damn it, we are done with that crap! Why won't you listen to what I'm saying?
Regardless, I will not flee.
Besides, about you, idiot.
I'm fairly certain they'll discover the truth soon enough.
Then why did you...
I have a plan.
Huh?
Please do not worry. I promise I will keep my young master alive and return him safely home.
You idiot. What do you intend to do?
I intend to fulfill my duty as your tool. Now please, go! Yoko will be waking up soon. After you leave, I must block the door to the road with Mahiru's body. Hurry!
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? Just forget about me! Forget about the Kuzuryu clan! You better escape!
So how about it, Fuyuhiko? Please, tell the truth.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Peiko. I guess I couldn't go through with it after all.
Young master!
I'm a disgrace.
Because if that's actually what I have to do to survive, I just feel ashamed of myself. It means I can't live without depending on something. I just feel disgusted with myself.
Echo.
If I admit that, it means you really are told to me. How many times did I tell you I don't want it given to me by the Kuzuryu clan?
Young master!
Oh, that's depressing. Oh my. So this is how it turned out.
Too bad.
And here I thought it'd be more brutal and heartless. Man, how disappointing. Which means everything happened thanks to her meddlesome actions.
Why
There's no way a human that meddlesome could ever be considered a tool.
Hey.
Monokuma, you knew all along, didn't you? You knew that about Peiko and Fuyuhiko discussed.
Jeez.
Well, it's obvious now. I mean, that's why you have surveillance cameras. You were just having fun, huh? Man, even this was an act of desperation. Peiko's claim was surprisingly interesting. You're actually the first to try to influence the outcome of a trial like this. Too bad, you're definitely the killer. Peiko, the tool with a heart, is the killer.
Sorry.
Peiko, I'm sorry. I couldn't fulfill your request. Even though you did all that to provide me with a chance to survive. But I had a feeling it would turn out like this.
Huh?
Young master!
You have a kind heart, despite being a Yakuza. That's why he's questioning your position and constantly worry about it. For you to sacrifice someone else just to escape for yourself. I believe you wouldn't accept that so easily. We've been together ever since we were children. Even a tool would understand that.
What?
Why?
Even so,
Echo.
I am terribly sorry.
I will not be able to serve you by your side until the very end, young master.
Bye.
Don't say goodbye. I hate goodbyes. I'm sorry for what I've done to you all as well. It may be a selfish request, but please forgive my young master.
And please do not cause a senseless killing such as this ever again.
Of course. Peiko. Hey, you're all just in time for the execution. That will do. Monokuma, why don't you start
I
already?
will never feel despair.
Just so you know, I will never feel despair as long as I'm a tool. I am fully prepared to die.
So cool!
But will you be able to maintain that composure until the very end? People who act as proud as you always shed tears to despair in the end. No, then, let's begin.
Young Master Fuyuhiko.
Please permit me to make one final selfish request.
So,
Didn't I tell you not to call me young master?
I want you to remember.
The tool Peiko Pikiyama who used to stand beside you. I would like it if you remembered. That's it. How many times do you have to keep? I don't need any tools. You did say that. Then let's begin. The punishment time is brimming with despair.
jeez.
Why don't you just get it already?
Thrills, chills, kills!
This time, for the ultimate swordsman woman, Peiko Pikiyama.
Why?
And stand by my side all this time. Why don't you get it?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
I
never needed a sword or a shield.
never needed
A tool.
tool. So, you didn't need to become a tool.
Aww.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just needed to be yourself. I never wanted a tool. I just wanted you. Only you.
Oh, just kiss already before she gets killed.
Young Master?
Why? Why couldn't you understand? We've always been together ever since we were kids.
Aww.
Let's go! It's punishment time!
Please, Peiko,
Aw.
don't go. I need you. Don't leave me.
They're so adorable. It's the
Young
presents.
Master? Young Master?
Time to die. One woman's army. I love that. I love this song. This can't be. Even if you go. This is bad. This shouldn't be allowed. People's dying so easily, falling like dominoes. You bastard. What is this? This can't be. This is a lie, right? Peiko. Yuhiko. Such a for heaven's sake. This is just the worst. What a waste. This conclusion. What a waste. This is why she should have discussed it with me. Damn it. It's supposed to be a clash between two hopes. It was crushed into something so palatable.
Oh.
You were still talking about that? What the hell's wrong with you? Aren't you pissed that too if your friends got killed?
Such despair.
I'm pissed. I even feel sad and hopeless. Still,
Isn't that right?
it's going to be alright. The despair is worthless. Even this despair is just a ladder to a bright, shining future that awaits us. The higher the ladder, the brighter we can shine. That is the unmistakable truth. Calling me a liar, huh? You say some pretty interesting things. In a way, your misguided thoughts are what hope should be, but you remind me of him. I don't really understand what you're saying.
Listen carefully.
Anyway, I shall make a declaration. We will definitely destroy you. I won't. How much longer are you planning to say stupid things? Do we understand that Fuyuhiko died, you know? Not yet. He's still alive.
What?
Huh?
Everyone!
Fuyuhiko is still alive.
You serious?
Practically, we rushed over to his side.
He's still breathing.
Ow.
Is he gonna be okay?
Do something! Hey! You need to save him! Hey!
I'm trying! But his blood, he won't stop bleeding out! His pulse is getting weaker!
Can't you do anything about it? God damn it!
I'll serve some right.
You're so
Still
stupid.
That's why you ended up like that.
You stupid brother!
What the heck?
That's wrong! Hey!
It's a black and music exclusive. Stay alone.
Hey!
Fine.
Well, there's no way I can violate a rule, even if it's just me.
So, like,
I was actually going to do it all along. So fully prepared for this. That's when it happened.
An ambulance?
just leave the rest to me, Dr. Killgood.
That's not a trustworthy doctor name.
Dr. Killgood, you've already killed your patients.
We gotta get this patient to the Monokuma Hospital ER and get him under 24-hour observation stat. So, I'll see you later.
After that, he said that the ambulance containing Monokuma and Fuyuhiko vanished from her sight. It's really gonna be okay to leave this to Monokuma?
Damn it.
It can't be helped. It's not like there was any other way.
Perhaps.
He's gonna be fine. He's probably gonna be better and come back to us. You're right.
However,
Fall, my tears.
damn it!
Oh boy. And so the class trial ended. But we still can't see the real ending that we want yet. When that finally arrives, what will happen to us then? No matter where I look, no matter what possibilities I look for, I can't see our future, not even a speck. As if we were on a boat floating in unreliably in a vast, dark sea, we were just left there alone. Only one word could explain our situation. Despair. We couldn't find a more suitable word than that. Days left.
You guys can see it, right? can see this. Poor people are already gone. We took our time preparing the hope fragments, but now we're no longer able to gather them. Honestly, I'm not so sure anymore whether it's better if we let them leave this island, or if we shouldn't let them escape. For those kids, which option is hope and which is despair? But I guess there's no time to hesitate. If this countdown reaches 0, that guy will probably take over our plan's final stage as well. What lies beyond that is the foul resurrection of the ultimate despair, and the continuation of the biggest, most awful... That cannot be allowed! We must prevent that, but even if we have to pay the ultimate price, I will definitely prevent it by any means. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with...
Enjoy. Chapter 2, Sea and Punishments, and then Coconuts End. "12 surviving students." Danganronpa. To be continued. Death lies in video games. Okay,